Okay, everyone, welcome to this NASDAQ US30 webinar. This one is going to be a nice and quick one. We're not going to waste much time. It's late at night. And yeah, we're going to basically go through two strategies. And yeah, we're going to take Q&A at the end if you guys have any questions. So if you have any questions, please remember and ask us. You can also ask it in the chat if you want to, so you don't have to unmute yourself. I'm going to start off with US30, and then, yeah, we're going to do a giveaway at the end as well. So 3 lucky people will win 100,000 Rand evaluation account with Winloo. So this is Forex. Um, I think if you're in another country, not South Africa, they should be able to change it over to a dollar account for you. So yeah, unfortunately, they're not going to be as quick as the Bloom funded guys and sending their accounts because they're not in this meeting. So please bear with us. You'll probably only receive it next week. Okay, so you will probably only receive it early next week. Okay. But yeah, if you're not in South Africa, you'll probably receive it in a dollar account. If you're in South Africa, you'll receive it as a Rand account. So yeah, 3 winners at the end of this giveaway. Exciting. Okay. I see people are still joining. You guys are nice and late. No, I'm just joking. Anyway, okay. Guys, quick and simple. US30. Okay. I have a very simple. So my strategies for trading synthetics versus US30 and NAS is very, very different. Like synthetics, I analyze super technical, go into a lot of confirmations and things. With US30 and NASDAQ, I look at trend. Okay. So am I bullish or bearish? Cool. Okay. If I'm bearish, I'm going to look for sells. If I'm bullish, I'm going to look for buys. So you can see on the left-hand side here, we've got the Asian session. We're using Lux Algo Yield Zones Toolkit. For this one, you can go check it, and it shows you the sessions. So I just delete the New York late session. You can have it in, it's just a little bit too much cluttered. But yeah, I like having these 3. So you can see Asia, then London is obviously moving higher. You can see that it is, it's moving higher, like you can see over here. And then New York went up for a buy. The same with this one. Okay. Asia went down, broke through the lower side. London also down. And then New York to the downside. And then the same with today. Asia up, London up, New York up. Okay. So you can see that. So let's zoom in on this specific one from yesterday. Sorry, people are still joining. Okay, you guys are almost on the cusp. Okay, so let's quickly zoom in on this one from yesterday, right? So you can see we are going down, so we are looking for sells. Okay, and then a very, very basic thing that we can do is we can then look for an order block before the New York session with a fair value gap. Okay, so we've got an order block there. All right, and then we have our fair value gap there. Okay, so it's actually there. So we have a fair value gap there. So those two confirmed on top of each other is the perfect entry for where New York started for your sell. Okay, with your stop loss just above this high over here. So what I usually do is I would start entering. You guys are okay. I would wait for it to start entering into this order block, place my sell entries, place my stop loss immediately above, and then target lows like this for example. Otherwise, I like using fibs like in the London. You can just do a fib like this. You can put TPs there. There's a lot of ways to work out TPs. The most important is to just always have a stop loss in place. But now, there are a few instances where I know people are like, okay, but this is the 50-minute. Your risk is a little bit higher. There's a little bit more pips. So there's another strategy that I've been trading and working on just to get that little bit of a better entry, and a little bit more of a safer entry, a little bit something with a tighter stop loss. I don't know if you guys seen that video yet on my YouTube, but basically you can go check it out as well. It's on Nasdaq, but same is applicable on US30. So you guys know we are bearish, as I've explained. So you looked on the 15-minute, you can see we are bearish, and now we are looking to sell. Okay, but sometimes we don't know how high these spikes are going to be in the opposite direction. So it like grabs liquidity into the one direction, and they're trying to take out all the buy or all the sell orders. They're trying to take out all the sells, hit stop losses before going into the actual direction that it needs to go into. Okay, but that's when I then highlight this candle, the 1 minute candle, just before New York Open. Okay, that candle just before New York Open. Then you can see how it reacts to it over here. So what we're going to do is it shoots up. We wait for it to break down to the downside, actually choosing the direction, getting the entry here. So we sell once it comes up into this candle again. We can put a nice stop loss above it. Give it some breathing room. We are on the 1 minute. And there you can see the sell to the downside. If you're unaware about this strategy, go check out my YouTube channel. I posted a video about this. Just a little bit more of a 1 minute type refining entry type strategy with a little bit, quicker in and out type strategy. You obviously miss out from grabbing the entry from above here that you could have done on the 15-minute, but you get a little bit something a little bit more safe with your stop loss moving down to that lows that we've spoken about. This is still a 2000 pip move to the downside. So that's it, guys. Very simple how you can trade NASDAQ US30 with 1 minute or the 15-minute. Okay, cool. That's it for me. If you have any questions, please remember to ask it in the chat or afterwards. We're going to have a few minutes to unmute yourself. But yeah, that's it. I don't know if, Jason, if you're ready.
Okay, awesome, everyone. So tonight I'm going to go a little bit more into the strategy that I showed you in the previous webinar. For those who didn't join, I will go through every thing now as well. For those who did join and actually went to test it, I would like to hear your feedback really quickly at the end of the webinar, but it's going to go about the fixed range volume profile. So the steps to follow before I go into the steps like the images and the live chart, let me just go through the strategy. So we are going to wait for the first 3 candles to finish at New York Open. So that's the first 15 minutes. So if you South African time, it's going to be 3:30 until 3:45. If New York Eastern Standard Time is 9:30 until 9:45. We're going to draw out the fixed volume range profile over the 3 candles. So the 3 candles I'm referring to is 5-minute candles. Then we're going to wait for price to either close above the fair value high or the fair value low. We're going to put our stop loss under the point of control or at the fair value low or high. And then most important, we are going to take partials and stop loss to break even as soon as the trade is at a 1-to-1 R risk to reward, and then the remaining size of your position of your trade, we can target a 1-to-5 or a fixed 1-to-2 risk to reward trade. Sorry, not a 1-to-5, 1-to-5 and then a 1-to-2 risk to reward trade. So guys, this is the settings. If you want to take a screenshot, you can take a screenshot. This is the fixed range volume profile settings. Later on, when we go on to TradingView, I will show you where to find it as well. Okay, so how this works. So here's a few examples. We're at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time, so that's New York time. So we want to wait for New York to open. As you can see, we're here on the 5-minute. This is on US30, but we're going to go over NASDAQ tonight, but it works on every single pair. So the chart is just US30, but it works on NASDAQ that I'm going to show you tonight as well. So we're going to mark out the first 15 minutes, candle 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to grab our volume profile indicator, and then you will see it will give you something like this. We have a bottom line, a red line, and a top line. So this is fair value high, this is fair value low, and then the red line is going to be your point of control. So those are the important lines you need to look out for. So here we can see, so step number 3, we want to wait for a candle to close above or below the fair value high or low. So in this example, you'll see candle 1, 2, 3. So we don't count this one because this is part of the third candle, the first 15 minutes. The next candle we have closed below this, so we won't count this one. But now, as you can see, the next candle closed above this line. Let me just mark it out for you nice and clear so you can see. It closed above this line right over here, this candle, and that's where you will enter your trade. And as you can see, so your stop loss at point of control, just beneath point of control, and we had a nice 1 to 2 risk to reward trade right over here, as you can see. And then of course you can combine this with all the strategies that I teach on YouTube, liquidity sweep, market structure shift. You can draw your fib, we enter the fair value gap. So to have extra confirmation, you can incorporate this into your normal strategy as well. So this is how it looks. So I'm going to jump onto the chart quickly and show you exactly how it looks and where to find it. So we're going to go to trading view. I'm going to rewind and show you exactly how this looks. So basically you want to go right over here. Sorry. Where is it now? Why can't I find it? There we go. So at your long and short position tool, it's right over here, volume based. You have your fixed range volume profile. Fixed range volume profile. So let's quickly delete this quickly. Let me show you. So we want to wait for New York to open. So we are NASDAQ on the 5 minutes. So 9:30 is this candle right over here. Let me just zoom in. Is this candle right over here? So first 5 minutes, 1, 2, 3. Okay. So we want to grab our fixed range volume profile. You click on the candle, 1, 2, 3. And then you'll see something like this will be drawn out right over here. So we have our fair value high, low, and point of control. If you want to double click the settings, you can see right over here again, these are the settings. So you can just take a screenshot of this. This is the only thing that you need to change really. All right, so we don't count this one. Why? Because it's part of the 15 minutes. The next one is also bearish and we closed below it. So normally we will take a sell right over there. We will put our stops at point of control and we will target a 1-to-1 where we're going to take partials and break even. As soon as price reach here, we're going to put our TP to a 1-to-5 and then also a 1-to-2. As you can see in this example, we got stopped out immediately. So if you want to make this a little bit easier for you just to see, you can just extend these lines. So we can clearly see we're ranging inside of the high and the low, the fair value high and low. We're inside of this range and then we just wait for a candle closure. As you can see, we got the candle closure right over there. So if we take an entry on this candle right over here, we put our stops above the point of control right over there. And then we target a 1-to-1 for break even. and then you can target a 1 till 5 or a 1 till 2. It all depends on your spread, on your broker. This trade could either go two ways. It all depends on your spread. If you got slippage, you'll probably get stopped out here at the point of control. If you didn't get slippage, you will have a successful trade right over there. So one losing, one winning trade just by doing something simple like this, waiting for closures. So let's go to the next day quickly. Let's show you this example right over here. Just want to go through it with you. So we get our fixed range volume profile. We wait for 9:30. So candle 1, candle 2, candle 3. Let's extend these lines. So we got our fair value low. We got our fair value high. So candle 1, 2, 3. So here we can see, so if we close below, we want a red candle. If we close above, we want a green candle. So the first one closed below it, it's a green candle. The second one closed below it, it's a red candle. So you will enter your trade right over there. Put your stops above the point of control. And again, on this day, there's a 1 till 1. There we go. So we immediately went 1 till 1. So we took partials, we put our stops to break even, and then we got stopped out. Now look what happens during the New York session. We get a close above the fair value high. So you enter your trade, you put your stops just below the point of control, and you target a 1 till 1 for a break even and partials, and then a 1 till 5 or a 1 till 2 for the remainder of your position. And as you can see, it's 2 winning trades. 1 at break even with partials, 1 full trade right over there. So that's just something small. Let's quickly just go to a random day quickly. Let's do this one quickly. I actually want to rewind and show you how it looks when you play it out. Replay. And guys, you can go test it on the previous one. I showed you the win strategy, the win rate on this strategy, what I used to backtest. So I hope some of you that were in the previous webinar actually went to backtest this for yourself. So again, candle 1, candle 2, candle 3. We're going to draw our fixed range volume profile, candle 1, 2, 3. We can mark out the fair value high. We can mark out the fair value low just to extend it for you to see it a little bit better. And now we wait. Immediately we closed above, as you can see right over here. So you can enter your position right over there. Stops below point of control, the red line. And let's first target a 1 till 1 to see if we can get a break-even trade. And this is where you just leave your chart. You don't adjust anything. As you can see, we got a 1 till 1. So stops is at break-even and you took partials. And let's see if we get a 1 till 5. So here you got stopped out on break-even. So price came back, stopped us out, and then price continued going forward. Let's zoom out quickly. Let's go to a random. Why is my trading view freezing? There we go. Let's just go to a random where we can't see it, and then I can show you the hour indicator quickly, and then we can answer a few questions. So let's just look for 9:30. So I can't see the chart. 9:30. This was on a Friday. I don't know if I will trade on a Friday, but let's see what happened. So candle 1, 2, 3. We draw fixed range 1, 2, 3. So we got our fair value low and high. Let's see what happens. So we didn't close here, so it's no entry. There we go. We closed above the fair value low, so you enter right over there. Put your stops above the point of control. And let's first see if we get a 1-to-1 or a stop. Let's see what happens. There we go. We got our 1-to-1. Immediately stops to break even. And as you can see, we got stopped out there, but you took partials and you got a risk-free break-even trade. Let's see how the rest of the day actually played out. What happens if we take a buy trade right over here? Closed above the fair value high, put our stops below point of control. Let's first target a 1-to-1. Let's see if this plays out. And there's a stop out. So this would be a break-even day, a Friday. You can see the market is really choppy actually. There's no big moves. It's consolidating. So one winning trade, one losing trade. So yeah, that's how easy this strategy is. By following the 5-minute, and then of course we just want to see if that price close below or above the fair value high. Okay, I just want to exit the replay quickly. Then I just want to show you an example. I actually marked this out because this was a really good example to show you guys on the indicator. So we have questions on our indicator, but which order block or which fair value gap do we enter on? Which one don't we enter on? So when we look back to the price, we can clearly see we are making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. So we are clearly in an uptrend. So the indicator, this is to give you more confluence in your trading as well. So we can see the indicator plotted a bullish order block right over here, a bullish one right over here, and we have a few order blocks right over here. So now you're going to ask, okay, but which one do we use? So now you can combine our strategies with our indicator. You can draw your fib, for example, from the low to the high. We can make a mental note, or you can draw it out, the 50% zone to the 78, even the 91. I know Andre trades a lot with the 91%. So let's mark out that zone. So price is currently in this zone. So let's just see what happens. So this is the evening session that actually plays in now. So we get volume. So what happened to these order blocks? Did you notice price went straight through them and they disappeared, right? So there wasn't any confirmation that we need to enter on those order blocks. So now this is where you can use our other strategies in confluence with the indicator. So now we can mark out, for example, liquidity. There's an order block right over here. Liquidity has been taken. Let's quickly see where was the last high, it was actually that high right over there. I'm not going to look to sell because why? We are in a bullish trend, so I'm going to ignore these order blocks and I'm going to use them as breaker blocks instead of actual order blocks. So let's see what happens. So we can clearly see we're inside of this order block now. We have a nice green candle that confirms we are going into a buy direction. We just want to wait for confirmation. We've got a few rejections right over there, and let's play price forward. We got a nice rejection right over there. Let's play price forward. There we go. Why did this order block form now? Because we took out this high. So now we have a nice confirmation that the price is ready to move up. So now again, you can draw your fib, mark out your zones, and look what happens. Let's see if it works out. And put your stops below that order block, and let's target the next high right over there. And immediately you can see, and guess what time this was? 9:30 New York time. Literally 9:30 New York time. Let's combine it with this, see if it works. Just want to move this. 1, 2, 3. There's my volume profile. And as you can see, 1, 2, 3. We entered right over there. Put your stops there. And then you can target at least a 1-to-1 for break even. So this is your order block entry right there at the bottom. Playing around right over there. And then it's evening. New York has passed already. So as soon as New York end, I would close my trade. So as you can see, at least here we were in profit if you took the volume profile entry. And if you combined this with all the other confluences that we have, you got your first entry at New York Open, literally at New York Open, right over there. And you have 2 trades right over there. So a really easy way to use the indicator with confluences with your strategy. As you can see, the indicator works really well. Don't use it solely just because it's showing you order blocks and fair value gaps. Use it in confluence with your strategy like I did right over here. Awesome. Andre, that's it from my side.
Thank you so much. Awesome, guys. Quick, any questions before we go over to the giveaway from anyone? Ben, you don't need the account at the moment. If you win, then they will send you an email and then you can create your account if you want to. All right. No questions.
I have a question.
Hello, Ruth.
Yeah, can you guys kindly share the setup of the indicator, the settings of the indicator?
Which one?
The one showing the one that Jason has shown us during his training.
But I showed to the fixed volume profile or the traders
Yeah.
review
Yeah,
indicator.
the fixed volume.
Yeah. Okay.
The
let me share my screen, and then everyone that wants the settings, quickly grab a
Yeah.
screenshot. I'm going to share it for like 20 seconds, and then okay. So take a screenshot of the screen. The row size is 1,000. Volume up down. Value area is 70. And the rows layout is just on number of rows, the first one.
Nothing else with coordinate, style, visibility, no,
If we
just
go to
colors and stuff.
styles, you can see here, this might be unticked. You can just tick these two, the fair value high and the fair value low. That's literally all. The only thing that I changed on this indicator was this. The row size is 1,000. So does everyone have the screenshot? Can the strategy be used for swing trading? Is it the one with the fixed volume range profile, Kenneth? I personally only use it on the 5 minute. I know you can use it on higher time frames, but then your strategy changes a little bit. Then you can use it as where big institutions or where big players are in the market. If you want to use it that way, because I'm in and out of the market, I'm only using it on the 5 minutes. You can use it on the higher time frame, but then just bear in mind your strategy needs to change. You can't use it then on like at New York Open or something like that. It will happen after New York Open, yes, but it won't happen in the first 15 minutes. Awesome.
Okay, videos will be posted on YouTube if you want to go relook at it. Okay, let me start then with the giveaway. Unfortunately, I saw a few of you joined a little bit late. Not a little bit, quite late. So, unfortunately, being fair towards the rest that were here from the start, I can't add your name now. But yeah, these are the people in the running for the accounts. So, once again, oops, I hope the names are there now. Yeah. Once again, 3 winners will walk away with a 100,000 Rand evaluation account with Windloo. If you are not in South Africa, I think they will send you a dollar account. Please bear with us. You'll probably only receive this next week. They won't be as quick as Bloom funded. But yeah, next week. So please don't message me the whole time about when you're getting your account. Usually like the next morning. Where's my account? Like, guys, people they work in offices, they have other jobs or other work to do. They will send you an account when they get the chance. All right, cool. First winner. Let's go. Rian Groblar. Congrats, Rian. Rian, please telegram or email me your email. Hi, Rian. Yes, you can just telegram or email me. I prefer telegram, but you can also email me your email. And yeah, please. Thank you. Rian, I see you are here. Congrats. Okay, next winner. Wow, it's getting the R's. Oh my word, another Rian. What? But this Rian is not here anymore. Rian K is not in the meeting anymore. Rian K has left the building. Okay, so unfortunately, Rian K cannot win. Let's go to the next winner then. Leloba M. Let's see if
Yeah, she's here.
Leloba Marumaloa.
Yes, I'm in.
Nice. Please, congrats. Please send me your email on Telegram or on email, please. Nova and Ria. Congratulations. One more winner for the night. Oh, Ben 5. Ben, congrats. I think you have won something before. I have a feeling.
Thank you, sir.
I also think so, yeah.
Consistency is key. Ben, send
So
me your email, please, on Telegram or email. Congrats, Ben. Awesome. Thank you so much. I've got your names, but I'm expecting your messages whenever you can. Thanks, Rian. Okay, so yeah, thanks, guys. We will see you in next month's webinars. We are planning some big things, bigger giveaways, much bigger, big cash giveaways, big holiday giveaways, laptops, phones. Things are gonna get a lot bigger in the future. So you guys need to stay tuned, watch the group, join these webinars. It's gonna get bigger.
Yeah.
We are very excited to launch it soon. So yes, guys, thanks so much. Have a good evening. And yeah, we'll see you on the groups.